Okay, welcome back everybody to Hull's Custom Body and Paint. Today, I'm going to try to get this little guy done. I should probably point over here because I know the lighting's not great. What we have going on here is we had some rust holes, and after cutting out said rust holes, we now have a patch. And if you can see this, this is actually a reinforcement that's behind the skin. And they had the two glued together with seam seal. Like, if you look at, well, I can't really press on it because I got my clamp on the door, but if I remember to, after the end of the video, maybe I could show you. Every so often, they just put a spot of goop. And I don't know if they put skins on after the whole door shell was built. I would assume so, because it would be really tough to get that in there otherwise. But at any rate, it caused some surface rust on the reinforcement, which is about yay wide and probably the full length of the door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire wheel this clean, and I'm going to put some encapsulator over it. I know it has a lot of zinc in it, which should prevent it from rusting. I suppose if this were a daily driver, that would be different, but he's not necessarily going to do that. So anyway, it should be fine. There is a gap between the two panels, and I'm not going to put anything in there at the current time because I don't want to melt it back out. But once we're done, then we can go in from the other side. There is access to the top and the bottom of the reinforcement. You just can't reach this area here. So what we'll probably do is shove a little adhesive down in here and up from the bottom, just to make sure the skin doesn't rattle when it's going down the road. So anyway, I am going to grab my wire wheel here and start doing that. So it looks like that actually cleaned up really good. I missed a spot of paint up here. Let me hit that real quick. Welding does not like the paint. All right, I think we got that pretty good. I am going to mask this off before putting the encapsulator on, just because I don't want to have to clean it off again. I can always just mask the width of the tape because I got to sand this door anyway again, and as long as it's not As long as I'm not laying it over the weld surface, I really don't care that much. But all right, something like that. And then I think I'm going to take a break. I'll bring you guys back here before I start doing anything else, but I got to get this shook up, and I know it's been sitting around for a while. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. All right. I think we can double check the camera here, make sure we're working. Yep, we're working. Okay. As you probably guessed already, the cameraman's at school today, so I am going to shoot a little bit of a capsulator inside this square hole. And then I'm going to sit for a minute. I still have to do this half of the roof too, and I keep forgetting. But yeah, that was pretty exciting, huh? All right, I'm going to let this dry for a little while, and then I'll bring you back when I'm ready to start tacking. All right, I am back, and I'm just getting rid of getting the welder ready. I can't talk today. I think we're okay there. And then I'm going to do one more coat. And then I will slide this patch back in place. And it actually does fit in there in a specific way. My little sliver of shim is gone. That's okay. I still have this one. Shims are still in place. So it's probably going to take me a bunch of tries. Should probably peel that off. So, and one more. Now we're ready to put the patch back on. So let's see how she fits here. Hopefully it'll slide in there pretty easily. And then I'm going to hold the bottom with the other one, obviously. And that actually feels pretty nice all the way around. It's probably going to have a little high spot there, but I think I'll start where it feels good and then push the high spot down a little. Should be okay. So somewhere around here I have a glove, at least one. And then I would like to use a screwdriver. This guy works pretty good. Ground is on, welder's on, everything's set. So I'm going to go opposite corner here because that was a little high. I'll hold that in and see how that feels. Yep, that's fine. Tack close to it and check the bottom. Bottom feels good. be on the safe side there. May have to turn my wire feed down a hair, but it's not terrible. And yeah, I'm going to be moving all over the place. I'm not going to stay in one place for too terribly long because it will warp. Even though my settings are low and the temperature's not, it's not building that much heat, it's more than enough to warp this stuff. So. Probably good there. Let's go over here. So like that's probably not quite an inch. It feels pretty hot to me already, so I'm just going to move to a different spot. See? So what you just saw is it pumpkining out because of the heat. So let her cool off for a minute, and then I'm going to take my magnets off. And instead of just doing the verticals, I'll start working horizontally. Well, it still feels good. So, all right, let's go horizontally. So. That looks a little low right there. And of course, I never have a body hammer around when I need one, so. And unfortunately, I couldn't use, excuse me, I couldn't use my butt weld clamps because, yep, you guessed it, can't get inside the door enough to take them back apart. So vertical ones might have been okay. If I'd cut it a little narrower, I probably could have used them on the sides because the little keyways will fall out into the bottom of the door and then I could just reach in and grab them. But the horizontals there's just no way I'm going to get those back out. So, and I'd rather not have random stuff flopping around in the door once the car's back together. So. Yeah, I think I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes here and cool down. And I will bring you guys back in a few minutes. Okay, evidently it's got to be like right up on it. Sorry, talking to myself. I got a Bluetooth on-off switch for the recording, and the battery's low because it's got to be like right up by the camera. So anyway, we're going to do a little more tacking. Here we go. Probably shouldn't have done that much in one spot. I think we're probably okay, but sometimes you get fire on the inside. It's best to put that out right away. So. That's better. Okay. What the hell am I doing more? Way we can call that corner kind of sort of done. And then let's see, where do we want to go next? How about over here? We haven't been there yet. A little bit more. Look, I don't see any light in there, so hopefully there's no fire going on. So anyway, fall is like probably one of my favorite times of the year. And for some reason, it seems like body work comes right at the end of the summer. And yeah, that's not a great time to start an overall restoration, even if it's just the body, you know. Yeah, winter is closing in, sad to say. Darn it. There we go. That's better. At least it looks like it under the hood. I really need to get a new lens, but can't find them locally. And they're pricey. So if you see me wearing, using my Miller tomorrow or on the next video, you know why. All kidding aside, it probably takes about a week to get them. So we're getting there. I really need to get some better lighting going on. That's a bit of a wider gap there because my well, the wheel of death miscalculated, you know, the line. No, it was me. That was all my fault. So I don't mind butt welding stuff too much, but I don't like leaving big gaps, especially if I can't use the butt weld clamps because magnets don't work great when it comes to doing this kind of repair. So leave that spot alone for a minute. Put more down here. Woo, yep, that's a wee bit warm. All right, I'm going to take another break, and then I'll bring you guys back, oh, hopefully in about 15 minutes. Okay, now we're back. Oh, I love this tool. Boy, I'm glad to have it, though, because doing this without it would be tough. So, all right, here we go. I did turn my wire down a little bit because it was running too fast when I first started, but hopefully that'll make it go a little better. So. A little light inside, that's all. Nothing to worry about. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that alone so it doesn't get too hot, and then I'll move up to this area. I'm not seeing I mean, it's not pretty by any means, but I don't see a whole lot of pinholes. See one there, but probably have to fix that once it's ground down. Well, I'm going to move around here a little bit looking for bad spots, so. Yeah, that was probably overkill, I guess. Welding on sheet metal is not exactly the easiest thing, and unless you do it regularly, like, you know, in case you're curious, I mean, you may not want to hear it, in which case you can turn the video off, but anyway, you know, like if I were to, I don't know, set this up for plate steel or something, you know, I'm sure it would be nice and pretty and it would look like I just did that type of welding yesterday, but sheet metal's tough, so at least to me it is. I think what I might do is hit this with the wire wheel just to see if the burn marks are hiding. Oh no, I have to turn off the light in order to use that. All right, I'm gonna unplug the light for a second. And then once I'm done wire wheeling, I'll plug it back in. But stretch. Get that a little bit closer. I think I only see one right off the bat. I think I'm probably should probably hit that one again. It's kind of peeking weird. And then, okay, I think, well, one more. I think that's probably pretty good. And then I will probably, yeah, I'm gonna have to set up. I'm gonna have to reset the grinder anyway. So I'll bring you guys back when I'm either I've got it ground off, or if I remember to, I'll bring you back beforehand. But Anyway, I'll bring you back shortly. So, alrighty. Thank you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Hall's Custom Body and Paint. This week's been kind of strange. Had a few weird things happen at the end of the week, and I did not film as much as I wanted, but we will be probably filming throughout next week. As you all know, the weather is getting, well, starting to get cold, so I don't have much time left to make more videos, but anyway, if you like what you see on the channel, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe and leave us some comments. And this is my cameraman. So all right, you guys have a good weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.